All right, so ready to dive into this whole emu thing?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's wild how just like knowing they're out there changes everything, you know?
Right, like we thought we had the world government figured out, then bam, this shadowy figure shows up. It's like, who are they taking orders from?
Exactly. And that empty throne, don't even get me started. The symbolism, the Gorosei bowing. Oda's playing the long game with this one.
Makes you wonder if anyone actually sits on that throne, or if it's more about like an idea of power.
Yeah, or maybe the power's not even human. Your theories had some pretty out there ideas about Emu's origins.
Well, you gotta admit, just being another celestial dragon feels kind of underwhelming at this point.
True. I mean, we've seen how those guys act.
Exactly. What if Emu's the original celestial dragon? Or even older?
Now, that's interesting. Someone who was around during the Void Century maybe even caused it.
And now they're trying to keep it all under wraps. Okay, so say Emu's this ancient, powerful figure, right? What do they want? Why all the secrecy?
It's all about control, isn't it? That's a big theme in your research, this idea of Emu maintaining the status quo, this peace they established.
Like a piece built on lies and erasing history. That's kind of messed up.
Exactly. Emu might see themselves as the only one who can keep the world from falling apart. So they control information, manipulate events.
Dude, it's like every time someone even thinks about the Void Century, Emu swoops in.
Oh, totally. Oh, Hara, those poneglyphs. Emu's playing 40 chess while everyone else is stuck with checkers.
And then there's the whole D-clan thing.
Yeah, Emu seems to have a real problem with those guys.
It's like personal. Like
Yep.
Luffy just existing is a threat to them.
It's that will of D, you know? Whatever it is, Emu wants to stamp it out.
Okay, but what is the will of D?
Well, we'll get into that. But for
Hmm.
Emu, it's like the one thing they can't control.
Right. It's chaos, it's freedom, it's...
It's everything Emu fears. And that's what makes this whole thing so interesting.
So the will of D, it's one of those things everyone in One Piece dances around, right? Like, what does that D mean?
Right. Even the characters are kind of vague about it. But that mystery, that weight behind it, I think that's what scares Emu.
Because it's connected to the ancient kingdom, right?
Yeah.
That's the theory.
Yeah, like the D-clan or the descendants carrying on some ancient legacy.
Which makes them the natural enemy of the celestial dragons.
Hmm.
And Emu at the top of it all.
Man, that line from Doflamingo always gets me. The natural enemy of the gods. Who's he talking about? Emu! All the celestial dragons!
That's gotta be right. Like, Emu's trying so hard to erase the past, but they might be making it stronger without realizing it.
It's that whole the more you tighten your grip thing, you know, every time a D pops up, it's like the universe saying, nope, not today.
Okay, but what is the will of D then? Is it just like being stubborn and never giving up?
Well, it's definitely part of it. Think about Luffy, he's got that in spades. But remember what Saul said, inherited will. It's bigger than just one person.
And Roger, too. He knew what the D meant, but he never said.
Right. It's something passed down generation to generation, a belief, maybe, or a responsibility.
A responsibility to do what? Take down the world government. Find the One Piece.
Maybe both. We know the One Piece is connected to the Void Century somehow. And if Emu's so scared of people finding it,
It can't be good for them, whatever it is. Maybe it's a weapon or some kind of ancient tech.
or maybe it's knowledge, the truth about what really happened, something that could shatter the world government's whole facade.
So the D-Clan are like the key to unlocking all of it.
It's starting to look that way, right? Law, Blackbeard, they're all playing a part, whether they realize it or not.
Dude, Wano is like the perfect example of this. All these players colliding, the stakes are crazy high.
And I bet Emu's watching it all go down, just waiting for their moment to make a move.
But what if their move backfires? What if trying to control everything just makes things worse?
Oh, man, and now we're getting into some real speculation here, but that's the beauty of One Piece, right? The possibilities are endless.
I know. All right, so we've got Emu pulling strings, the D-Clan causing chaos. Where does it all lead?
Well, to answer that, we got to talk about the end game. What happens when all these secrets come out? What does victory even look like?
I mean, seriously, where do we even go from here? We've got this whole history we're only just uncovering, and Emu's right in the middle of it.
And the One Piece is still out there, too. Whatever it is, it must be connected to all of this.
Right. Like, what if finding the One Piece means revealing the truth about the Void Century to everyone? What happens then?
Man, the world government would flip. It'd be
This
chaos.
full-blown revolution.
Yeah.
People rising up against the celestial dragons.
Possibly. Or think about this. What if the One Piece isn't just an object? What if it's like a way to change the world?
Whoa, okay. Like, what kind of change are we talking?
Well, your research had some wild ideas. What if the One Piece can reshape the world itself? Literally, like, changing the geography.
No way. You mean like getting rid of the red line, making the Grand Line safe to travel?
Exactly. Imagine a world without those barriers. People could connect freely, cultures can mix. It'd be a whole new era.
But Emu wouldn't want that, would they?
Nope, not one bit. That kind of freedom, that's the opposite of control. That's why I think Emu's so scared of the D-clan, of anyone who wants to rock the boat.
Because they're a threat to that whole system. Man, it really makes you think about what victory looks like in One Piece. It's not just about defeating the bad guy.
It's about breaking down that whole system, that way of thinking that's been around for centuries. It's about building something new.
Man, that's heavy stuff. And we're just getting started. So much is still a mystery.
That's what keeps us coming back, right? Every chapter, every episode, Oda drops these little hints, these breadcrumbs that keep us guessing. It's going to be wild to see how it all plays out.
You know it. All right, so for everyone listening, keep your eyes peeled. Pay attention to those little details, those throwaway lines.
Because the answer might be right in front of us. And when it's finally revealed, man, it's going to be huge.
No doubt. And until then, keep
Yeah.
theorizing, keep the discussions going, because that's what makes One Piece so much fun.
Absolutely. It's a journey we're all on together.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for diving deep with me. This is awesome.
Anytime. This stuff is always so fascinating to talk about.